Hey guys, so today I decided was a video log spectacular day, which I haven't had in like really long, like way too long, and I apologize. But I just got my new computer, which has a webcam, so everything's like a million times easier. And I know everyone's kind of not doing it anymore, so I mean, at least I don't feel that bad. But yeah, I haven't been the best, like, at this whole thing, but I'm making up for it. Today I decided that it was going to be a tribute to my friends because, well, everyone's leaving for college and stuff like that, and like I've been really, you know, emotional and like sad about everything. So it's good to just kind of think about it and really appreciate everyone. And while like I don't think that everybody can be as conflicted as I am when asked who their best friend is because, I mean, like, not everyone is blessed to be that conflicted, because I just have so many people that I consider my best friend, like, just absolutely way too many. I mean, I don't know if it's with where I live or what, why I met so many great people in my lifetime, but I've been very lucky. And each time I hang out with my friend, whoever it is, I'm like, ooh, that's the one. That's they're my best friend. And then I'll hang out with another best friend and think the same thing, So it's not really like something that I know how to answer, and it's always been like hard for me. But right now I've started to realize that that's like so lucky, to have so many people in your life that you can love so much, who you don't feel like who you would consider a best friend. Best friends are so precious. Not to, and like, so this is just like gonna be about all my friends that I consider my best friends, and why I would consider them my best friends, and why it's so confusing when people ask me that question. And I love all my friends, don't get me wrong, but these people are the ones that are the ones who don't know, who cross my mind. But I get to start in elementary school with my first two best friends, Mariah and Megan. Megan was actually first, just to keep that on the record. Megan was my first best friend, and then Mariah came along, and we were kind of a trio type thing. These were the girls that I did tents with and forts and played blackout and your first makeup experiments, or like just kind of my first best friends, which I think is so like important when you're young, to realize that like, oh, I can find somebody to be best friends with, and I guess the reason why I did this video is because Megan's leaving actually for New York today, and I was thinking, crap, like I didn't do anything for her because I was going to make a CD, but I had computer problems and I just felt really awful. But, maybe when she sees this, she'll understand how important today is to me, and well, for all of you guys, everyone who's leaving, everyone who's already away, I mean, like, how important they are to me, in my life, and them leaving does break my heart, every single one of you guys. And it's good though. It's great. I love it. I mean, I love that everyone's going out and doing something. But yeah, she's leaving to New York tonight, and I've congratulations to her, first of all. For anybody who doesn't know who's watching, I'm sure most of you guys know. And I wanted to also wish her and Alex the best of luck, because they're trying to keep their relationship going while he's in Wales, in England, and she's in New York. So I know that's really tough, and yeah, but I think they can do it easy. They have something really good going. But anyway, Megan's my longest lasting friend. She has basically been through everything with me, which I think that's very important. A lot of people don't know you from childhood. They don't know what type of life you had. And Megan definitely understands me, and I've always felt like I could talk with her no matter what. Even when we were, like in middle school, she got homeschooled and we kind of drifted apart, and even then I knew I could talk to her if I needed to. And Megan has the best jokes because they're very dorky, and it makes me laugh every time, So I mean, I think that's important. A lot of people probably wouldn't get her jokes as much as I do, or as much as like me and Bobby do, but yeah, Megan's definitely a dork, and I love it. And I'm really excited for her to go to New York. I know she's going to do a great, great job out there. I know she's going to blow everyone away, and I'm really going to miss her a lot. I know it's going to be definitely hard. Her and her family have been really important in my life. But then there's also Mariah. We were all best friends together, and Mariah was always tougher on me than Megan was. I think she was like the leader. She was a year older than us, so I mean, she was kind of the leader of our group. And well, yeah, she was kind of mean to Megan too, but we were young, it's forgivable. And Mariah and I like the same boys and stuff. Well, I liked her boyfriend, and we kind of fought, and she always reminds me about the time that I hit her with something, I don't know, some stick. But Mariah and I have been through a lot in the last couple years, and I think it makes us a lot stronger as people, and we understand each other a lot, and are very patient with each other. Well, I know this is how I see it, at least, and I think it's special because we really see each other, our flaws, the flaws in each other, and that makes us stronger, as friends, and we learn to improve on ourselves. I know a lot of the things that I have, qualities that I have been from realizing negative qualities that I had from Mariah, and we kind of show each other that without ruining our friendship, and that's not something you can do with very many people. But both Mariah and Megan left during middle school. So middle school was when you're super insecure and uncomfortable, and I met Gianna and Alyssa in middle school, and we had probably the best middle school experience you could ask for. I mean, because we were just had all the girly nights and nails and baths and dyeing our hair and things like that a lot of people don't get that experience when they're young, and when they're in that such an insecure stage, and they're things could go so many different ways. I was really lucky to find Gianna and Alyssa, and Gianna was kind of mine and Alyssa's baby. I mean, I know that's kind of weird, Gianna was friends with Alyssa beforehand, but I think there's something always so precious about Gianna, which is funny because now she's tall and beautiful and blonde, and has perfect makeup, perfect everything. When we met her, she was that dorky girl, kind of awkward, Well, she was just very sweet and gentle, and I think it's been really cool to see how great Gianna has turned out, how much of a woman she's turned into, and it's always surprising how strong she is, because she looks very fragile, but then she wants to become a dentist, and I always tell her oh, why don't you become a hygienist? All the hygienists I know are blonde and beautiful and blue-eyed, just like you, and she just says, well, why would I want to become a hygienist when I could go a little bit farther and become a dentist? And I don't know, that's something that I really love about Gianna. It's very simple approach to things, I'm gonna do what I need to do, and that's it. And I think a lot of people underestimate her, and I'm excited to see how that turns out. And then Alyssa, she was super important to me too, because when we met, I think I definitely needed somebody to be my best friend, and I think it was funny because we kind of met around this exact time that we were both needing that, and we were just inseparable for 3 years or 2 years or something. I don't know. We were Alyssa and Katie, we were the duo, and it's funny. Well, and Gianna too. Gianna was more secret though. She had other friends, like, not me and Alyssa. But we went through a lot of like our discoveries together, and I'm really like happy that I had both John and Alyssa with us, or with me, when like I was going through that stage of my life, because I was just really like, I'm glad that like it made me comfortable with who I am, you know. A lot of people don't get that when they're in middle school and everything's just so awful. Then when I moved to high school, I became more like, I don't know, I met Bobby, Samantha, Elsie, and Megan. Well, Megan actually like it's funny, she was actually friends with Bobby, and then I just happened to, well, I liked Bobby's brother, and then one night I ended up talking to Bobby on the phone for some reason, and me and Bobby and Megan just talked for a really long time, and it was just a lot of fun. I don't know, we made some stupid jokes up, and then I started hanging out with Bobby instead of her brother, and probably found out that I liked Bobby more than her brother, so I ended up spending like a bunch of time with her, and Megan just happened to be living next to Bobby at the time, so Megan and I kind of reunited at that time, which I think was definitely like supposed to happen, you know, because otherwise we might not have like had the chance, you know, to get back together as friends. But I think Bobby was, at first, when we first met, was very like cynical and sarcastic, and that was kind of shocking to me compared to like Alyssa and Gianna, who are these like just girly fun girls, and then like Bobby's just this like darker looking like interesting person, you know, who I didn't understand. And I think her and I both like built off each other, in that like I became more like thoughtful about that kind of stuff, and she became more probably like learned to appreciate things more, like because I remember like her being really harsh on people, and then like I think we both kind of like built on each other that way. Like I learned to be more thoughtful, and she learned to be less harsh, you know, and more like thoughtful towards people. It was kind of just a good like balance, and I think that's the biggest attraction Bobby and I had to each other as a friend, were just like how much we could build off each other and like grow from each other. And we just saw like different ways of thinking, which is cool. And Megan was always keeping, you know, the glue for mine and Bobby's friendship when like we were irritated with each other. Well, I know I would talk to Megan. I don't know about Bobby, but I hope Bobby talked to Megan so that she could have somebody to talk to when she was irritated with me. And we all like loved Picture of Dorian Gray, and that was just a really like very like growth, like a really big growth period for me. And I mean, Bobby's just really bright and really talented, and her and Megan compete for Best Singer. It's tough to decide who's better, but and yeah, they're both very inspirational people. And then Bobby left last year, and Megan got a boyfriend, and Alyssa had a boyfriend, and Gianna, well, she had a boyfriend for a really long time. And so we were all kind of distant, and I became friends with Rachel and Kulari. Well, actually, I had been friends with Kulari, and it's funny because before I was friends with Rachel, I didn't really like her, because she, like, I don't know, I just had the wrong impression, I guess. But it was good to meet her and get to know that like you cannot like someone and be totally wrong about them, because Rachel and I became really close this year. And I think this year is probably like my happiest year of high school, because they're just like, it wasn't just the people like Rachel and Kulari, but it was also like I had really little problems, and I had like a good time, you know. And I think they were both important in like just keeping things uplifted and having a lot of fun this year, and eating a lot of avocados, which kind of sickens me now, honestly. I'm sorry girls, but avocados are I'm tired of them. Well, a little bit. I don't know. Sometimes I like them. But, and like, these are the girls you went through like college applications with and stuff like that. And Kulari, like Rachel, I got to spend a lot of time with this year and like have a lot of fun, but Kulari I didn't. She was always stuck at home, so I mean, I think Kulari's relationship with me has like developed a lot more over time. and this last year we really like got to stick together 'cause she lived with me at the end of the year for a while, and that was, I mean, I think I'm really lucky to have found Kulari too, because she's very sweet and just happy, and I mean, all my friends are gonna just do like great things, you know, like, and I'm just really glad that I found everyone, and it's funny because I don't think a lot of people get to do that throughout like their lives, and I guess they all taught me like how to, you know, like really love someone, which is like really important to me, because your family you like automatically love, but with your friends it's like you can stop being friends with someone if you want to, and I'm really glad that like I was blessed with so many great people who, you know, like you learn to be patient with, and like, you know, accept them for their bad traits, even because I know like that their good traits are worth it, you know, and also they taught me to like that I was deserving of love, you know, and like that they can accept my flaws and still be able to like have a good friendship and learn, you know, it makes me learn how to deal with like relationships and stuff. And I just want to thank all of you guys so much for being my friend these last, you know, 10 years of my life. And I know going to college it's all changing and everything's becoming different, but really I will never forget any one of you, and you're all gonna be my bridesmaids at my wedding. And yeah, I love you guys to death. And I hope you all watch this, even though it's probably super long. I'm gonna send you guys links. But yeah, let's keep in touch. Skype me. I got a Skype account. Everyone needs to get Skype accounts. Alright. Love you guys.